Well, what a good game that was. Well, all I need is Slimane, because what an incredible game that was. Norwich City 2, Wrexham 1. What an incredible game today was. As well, we went into the game thinking that we might potentially at least, well, at max, get a point, with Wrexham having won 4 games in their last 5, without counting the FA Cup win up against Nottingham Forest the week before. And we came in really going for the fight in the first 10-15 minutes. With Slimane scoring an incredible goal, all thanks to the man, the myth, the legend, Ali Ahmed, who surprisingly actually did start today, and he did come off at half time. But I thought he was tremendous today, especially with that assist. And he sort of did what we all thought he could do with highlight reels that have been shown of him. And geez, he was able to cut inside so quickly, find his man, ping it in. I thought it was originally going to Makama at first, but then Slimane comes in, pelts it, and it was incredible to see, especially from Slimane. I mean, the man has been on fire over the last week, with him getting a goal and 2 assists in his last 2 up against Walsall and Wrexham. And the through balls today were incredible. Most notably, Ali Ahmed's through ball to and Slimane, but also the through ball, who I believe was Oscar Schwartau, to Yovan Makama. And there's a few times where I thought Yovan Makama could have at least scored 3 goals, including the one in which he did score. And there were some chances where I thought, I'm surprised he didn't score that. But we got the 3 points so comfortably, I think. I think towards the sort of 80th minute, when Vladimir Kovacevic made that incredible save that really did save us the game. Especially, there was some points where I was a bit worried about his defending, especially when that ball came in and obviously the ball was spinning. Then he sort of pushed it out and then caught it. But I think the only issue is with Vladimir Kovacevic, he doesn't immediately save the ball immediately. He isn't able to catch it. He always seems to sort of parry it away. But there are a few cases where he didn't, but still. And that sort of clumsy communication mishap between him and Cordoba in around the 85th minute, which I think does need to be sorted out with him, because he doesn't seem to communicate whatsoever with his defenders at all. It's only really when the free kicks do happen is when he does sort of communicate with them, but that's sort of it, really. I mean, Tony Springett, when he did come on at after half time, he was incredible, even though he did miss that header that came in for him. And there was a point where I was like, could he score another? And he just doesn't have the height. I mean, he's a winger after all, and the man isn't as tall as, say, like Yovan Makama, who, if he was there, could have absolutely buried it in the back of the net. And I thought Okonkwo, as I said in the preview, I mean, the amount of saves he made to keep Wrexham in the game were unbelievable. And Wrexham, I don't think, did well enough to go in and score. Only the time when their player Sam Smith scored that goal, which ultimately was completely deserved. Our defence was in a shambles, and especially Ben Crescene. I mean, happy birthday to him. He didn't really have the best game, I would argue. He was absolutely dominated by Kabora, who's on loan from Man City, and he got absolutely outclassed. And I think because also Ali Ahmed then had to drop back and sort of help him with all that. But still, I thought he was incredible, Ali Ahmed, especially covering that defensive area when Ben Crescente couldn't get the ball off Kabora. And Kabora especially, he was able to whip in so many balls for Wrexham. I mean, there's certainly a lot of praises I could give to Wrexham, especially. And I thought both sides could have easily won today, completely. But Norwich City ultimately took the upper hand, and they took the last slice of the cake very, very easily. But ultimately, it hasn't really ended up making a difference table-wise, other than the point status. We're still sat 22nd, 1 point below Portsmouth, who did win their game up against Sheffield Wednesday. Charlton won when since I last checked. That finished with 2 red cards against Sheffield United, and Oxford ultimately drew, which does help with the fact that if we just keep on winning, keep getting wins or the point here and there, then we can easily be able to stay up. I think the main challenges will be against Coventry and Middlesbrough back to back. on the 26th and the 31st. But we seem to be fine without Sargent. I think that's what that's the fairy tale story of this season. Well, one of them at least, with Sargent being in the under-21s. And it seems to be that we're doing fine without him. And Makama seeming to practically just take his place with his 14th goal of the 25-26 campaign. He is doing tremendously, and I'm so glad I got him on the back of my shirt here. But still, I think we're doing absolutely incredibly. I think if we just keep going the way we are, we can easily stay up. And as Felipe Clement said about this winning culture that he wants to bring here, he certainly is, and he's doing much, much more better than the man Liam Manning. But yeah, ultimately, we did incredible today. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Come on, Yellows. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, see you later. Cheers and goodbye. Come on, Yellows.